Howdy howdy ladies and gentlemen, my name is Admin and welcome to an update for, well, all of the data packs. That's right, as the title of the video has said, I have updated pretty much all of my data packs. That would be around 20 of them. I've updated all of them with a new crafting system as well as just simply updating to 1.16.4, making sure that they all work in that version of the game. If you're curious what packs I am talking about, I will throw a list up on screen right now. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at what notable changes came to specific packs that were updated. So the main change is to the crafting system. So if we grab a custom crafter, that's a dropper facing upwards, crafting table thrown on top. Now there is a spout that sticks out of the front of the crafter. And you'll see that the spout is directional. So when I place it in this direction, the spout now faces that way. Every other crafter in the pack uses this new system. The idea is that when you craft an item in the grid, it will spit it out as an item. This allows for auto crafting as well as stack crafting, and it also helped a lot with recipe validation. Because of that, I had to go through every single recipe of every single pack and update how it worked so that it would use the new system. It definitely took a while, but it is well worth it. To showcase how this works, let's craft an apple from more apples. We can put 8 bottles of enchanting or any other number and then golden apples, and you'll see we got 8 spectator apples. This fixes pretty much the biggest complaint about my data packs, and that was that crafting things, especially that you needed in bulk, was very painful because you had to do it one at a time. The second big change that I did is that I completed adding in-game recipes for the rest of the pack. So if we press L, you can bring up the advancements page. We can see what packs we have installed. So here's the list of all of the packs that are actually updated. But now quite a few more packs have in-game recipes. For example, more redstone didn't used to show the recipes, so now it does. More apples, same story. And machines is the same story. Another change that a lot of you requested for the recipes, we have the description of the items such as, so obsidian blade, it's a crafting component, but now if you mouse over the actual recipe, it will tell you the ingredients. So obsidian X4, diamond 1. And so I've gone through and done that for all of these. So iron ingot X4, iron block X4, diamond. So the recipe is nice and displayed here because sometimes it's a little hard to see what the actual recipes to something are. So you can see there's obsidian blades in this recipe, where in the image it might have been a little hard to see. I have not done it for every single recipe, so like more totems has it, but more swords is yet to have it, as well as like more boots has that, but more helmets does as well, I guess, but more pearls does not have it. So at some point I will be going through and making those changes as well. As for specific changes to each pack, let's break down the notable ones right now. The Wandering Trader data pack most likely has the biggest change of all of them. So we can set the location of the trader, and you will see when he spawns into the world that I have made some changes. So we don't see it initially here, but I've gone through and added a bunch of the new items from each pack. Specifically, I focused more heavily on the camp packs because it made sense. But like now the attractive helmet is in here. I also had to go through and I fixed a whole bunch of the old recipes that I used to have that had broken just due to changes I'd made in those data packs. So yeah, the camp counselor, I think it's called, he has made some massive improvements. Another data pack that saw a whole lot of love is the machines data pack, specifically the breaker and crusher. So for the breaker, I allowed it to finally use netherite tools. So we can place netherite tools in the chest, or in the dispenser, and you can see it can now break dirt, cobblestone, and if I grab wood, it would be able to break different types of wood. The crusher can now break redstone ore and lapis ore, and before it would drop 3 ore chunks, now it drops 8. This makes it a little bit more worthwhile to actually use the crusher to, well, get more ores. It might not actually be worth using the crusher still, at least for lapis, because I believe you can get 24 lapis with fortune, so maybe it's not worthwhile, but perhaps it is worth it for redstone. More pearls got a change to the honey pearl. The honey pearl now teleports you to the location it lands instead of doing what it previously had done, which was let the pearl teleport you, you take the damage, and then it heals you. As many of you pointed out, the method I used was quite terrible, and that's because armor changes the amount of damage you take when a pearl teleports you. So while an unarmored player would take no damage from the honey pearl, like a very armored player, specifically with like Feather Falling 4 or whatever, you would actually heal, so this method is a whole lot better. Oh, and a little tidbit for you technical Minecraft players, the honey pearl can teleport across dimensions now because it's using a teleport command. For more redstone, I made the passive, player, and hostile mob detectors have a further range. However, probably the most important change that I made was to the magical rings datapack. If we type /reload, and by the way, I have a macro on my mouse to do this for me because I type it so much, but anyway, if we go to the magical ring settings, we now have settings for the ring loot champs. As many of you pointed out, currently rings generate into the world way too frequently, so I have the setting of normal, that is what it currently is at, but you can choose to have them generate half as much, a quarter as much, or a 20th as much. You could also go with 1.5 times, 2 times, or 4 times. To demonstrate this, I'm going to simulate opening a chest with this command right here, and you'll see my inventory is going to fill with rings. This is at the normal setting. Let's change it to 1/20th, clear my inventory, and you'll see we have to wait a fair amount of time before getting rings. So it's about 1/20th, so we should get 1 a second or so. But if we bump it up to 1/4th, you'll see my inventory starts to fill a lot quicker with rings, as you would expect. At 1/2, it's going to fill even faster. I'm not sure if that worked. It did. No? There we go. At 1/2, it fills a whole lot faster. Then if we go to normal, it is filling up quite quickly. At 1.5, it's even a little bit faster. 2 times even faster. You can see it just fills right up. And then finally at 4 times it fills ridiculously quickly, as you can see. So anyway, that is what this update does. And let's break the command block. Those settings are of course important to all of you that want to play with the pack but want it to be balanced how you want to play with it. I know like some server owners or whoever that wanted it at quite low chances so that they are valuable and it forces the players to go exploring a lot. But who knows, some of you might want to just be able to find a loot chest like at a desert temple or something and get like 20 rings. So now it is completely up to you what you do. Well, that pretty much wraps up the showcase of the 20 packs that I updated in this video. And I think you guys can understand why I have not been posting new updates to these packs frequently. It's because I've been working on making sure they were all up to date for 1.16.4. So with this done, you can expect to see loads more content coming from me. So if you have yet to do so, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys all in the very next showcase video. Thanks for watching. Oh, and you see the like button? Yeah, hit that button as well.